Ambassador Rice, Joe Biden was reacting to what he saw the president do with that Bible in front of that church yesterday, which was then condemned by the pastor of that church and other religious leaders in Washington. What was your reaction seeing the Secretary of Defense out there with the president? And tonight, the Secretary of Defense is trying to say, I didn't know we were going to a church. I thought we were just going out to talk to the troops who are out there. What was your reaction to that photo op and the administration officials who accompanied the president on that photo op?
Well, good evening, Lawrence. Let me begin by just making the obvious point that what we saw today from Joe Biden in Philadelphia is what a president is supposed to do, what a president is supposed to say. He's supposed to infuse his remarks with empathy, with compassion, with the understanding of the pain, the very real historic pain that so many African Americans, including myself, feel in this country. And contrast that with Donald Trump, where everything is a political stunt designed to divide. For the Secretary of Defense and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs in combat fatigues to stand up with the president after he's given a sort of Bull Connor type speech and then brandishes a Bible before an Episcopal church, my faith, without the permission or the knowledge of the bishop or the pastor of that church, it's all about trying to divide us and inflame us for his political benefit. And Lawrence, when you say that it's an empty threat, I hope it proves to be an empty threat that he won't deploy the military in the states of this union. But here in the District of Columbia, where I live, this is my hometown, we are living that nightmare last night and today with thousands of federalized armed forces on our streets, Black Hawk helicopters buzzing peaceful protesters at very low altitudes. It's very scary here. So we're living that real time.